So hello everyone, I am Raj and my roll number is 22Z233 and we are here to talk about AI 2024 myth versus reality, wherein the AI tool we have taken is Cursor AI. So let's see what is Cursor AI. Cursor AI is an intelligent coding assistant that integrates directly into development environments, helping programmers write code faster and with fewer errors. So it acts as a real-time AI-powered companion, providing instant suggestions, error detection, and smart code completions to streamline the development process. So it acts as a smart assistant, making coding faster, smoother, and more accurate. Next, let's see the purpose and key features of Cursor AI. So the primary goal of Cursor AI is to boost the productivity by minimizing the time spent on repetitive coding tasks and debugging. So first key feature is the AI assisted coding. So it offers real-time code suggestions and completions, helping developers write efficient code effortlessly. Next is error detection and debugging. So Cursor AI can identify bugs and suggest fixes, significantly reducing the debugging time. Third is context awareness. So unlike basic autocomplete tools, Cursor AI understands the entire project's context, offering relevant suggestions tailored to the code base. And last is seamless integration. So it integrates smoothly with popular IDEs like VS Code, JetBrains, etc., ensuring a non-disruptive workflow. Next, let's see the advanced features of Cursor AI. So first is code refactoring. So it suggests improvements to make code more optimized and readable. Next is natural language understanding. So developers can type instructions even in plain English as well, and Cursor AI can generate accurate code snippets accordingly. Third is collaborative coding, where it enhances the teamwork by providing real-time suggestions and automated documentation to improve the code readability. And last is learning and adaptation. So AI continuously learns from a user's coding style and it adapts to provide better, more personalized recommendations over time. Now let's see the real world applications of Cursor AI. So Cursor AI is widely used by web and mobile developers to speed up their development and reduce the errors. It is also used by AI and data scientists to get quick code suggestions for complex algorithms. It is also used by students and beginners to learn new programming languages efficiently. And last, it is used by software teams to improve the code quality and documentation. Thank you.
Srinivas 22Z231, and I would like to talk about the testing part of the Cursor AI. So the first one is a new code generation. So we'll try to generate a basic code from the prompt we have given. So my prompt is to generate a Python script for a basic calculator, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Uh, I did get a result, and it was almost pretty good, but we'll have to test it. And for I did give a similar prompt with a much shorter value like prompt, and I did get these same functions to it, but with a much lesser features to it. And after getting the code, I'll try to manually test it with some all possible inputs. So one is divide by zero, normal like a typical operation, and a negative number testing, and then float value. All these were correct except the float value. So I'll try to check if the Cursor AI gives a same error or a difference in the float value. So when I tried to give I tried to give an automatic testing for the calculator.py, and through the cursor I got this code using for the as an unit test file. So based on the file, if I run it, I did get the same error, which is the float error. So after getting this error, I'll also feed the error uh, error statements to the prompt and ask it to overcome the failure. And I did get the correct answer, as in order to overcome the float value error, the cursor AI had made it rounded value. And after it, I tried to run it again, and I got all the test cases passed completely. Thank you.
I'm Kishore Adit, roll number 22Z232. And next up, we'll be seeing code completions, also known as the tab feature from Cursor AI. First up, we have a function to calculate Fibonacci. I've just typed in the name of the function and the argument it takes in, and, and Cursor magically auto completes it. And, and an example in JavaScript. Next up, we'll be seeing code explanation. For this, we'll be using a real-world large code base, which is the source code for Python, which is written in C and is publicly available at this link. First up, I've asked Cursor to give a brief description of the code base. It indexed the entire code base with all directories available, and it has given me a description. Next up, I've asked it to find where the list comprehension feature has been written in Python. We can see that it is not actually written as a single function, but as a combination of grammar, abstract syntax trees, and other implementation strategies. And the final question I've asked it is about using list as a key for a dictionary, and uh, Cursor goes through the code base and gives me an answer why it can't be used. Finally, we have a test case for code efficiency. Uh, this is an improvement in the memory consumption. The first one, uh, the first one generates a list, but the second one does it a lot more efficiently in terms of memory usage. And 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 the next example is an unoptimized MongoDB access. Here we fetch all the we fetch all the documents, and we do the counting in code, but Mongo actually gives us a feature called aggregation, which does this a lot more efficiently, and Cursor has found out and used it. Thank you.
Padmavati, and my roll number is 22Z234. I will be explaining on the architecture of Cursor AI. Looking into the AI model structure, the Cursor AI is powered by a large language model, a deep learning based architecture specifically designed for understanding and generating human-like text. The AI model is based on transformer architecture, which enables it to process vast amounts of data efficiently and generate accurate responses. The backbone of Cursor AI is this transformer model, which is the same architecture used for GPT models. The transformers use mechanism called self-attention, which allows models to analyze relationships between different parts of the input text. Unlike traditional sequence-based models, the transformer model does not process data sequentially. Instead, it analyzes the entire input at once, making it significantly faster and more efficient for coding-related tasks. The Cursor AI's model consists of multiple layers of neurons, where each layer learns different levels of abstraction. The lower layer focuses on understanding the syntax. Middle layer captures semantic meaning. Higher layer generates meaningful responses considering the broader context of the code. Context awareness and performing. Here it adapts to project-specific coding styles for accurate solutions, optimized for larger projects. Parallel processing ensures smooth performance with minimal latency. The training data of Cursor AI includes real-world programming data. The sources of the training data include open source repositories like GitHub, GitLab, and other coding websites, official documentations of Python, JavaScript, etc. The programming question and answer platforms like Stack Overflow and other websites, and some research papers. So all the data collected is not useful for high quality. Therefore, the collected data has to be pre-processed, which includes the following 4 steps: duplicate removal, where the redundant code is removed; error filtering, some bugs and other codes are removed; security checks, which checks for unethical code and removes it; normalization, standardizes code format for consistency. The Cursor AI is trained on different languages like Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Bash, PowerShell, etc. The training methodology of Cursor AI includes the following key 4 stages. Pre-training phase. The objective of this phase is to train the model on vast amounts of programming data. The large amounts of programming data obtained from the sources which I have mentioned before. It uses unsupervised learning to predict next tokens. The next one is fine-tuning phase, where a more accurate and context-sensitive AI that understands coding practices across different fields. It uses supervised learning techniques. Reinforcement learning from human feedback. The model generates multiple possible code suggestions for given input. Human reviewers rank these suggestions based on accuracy, readability, efficiency, and security. The rankings are used to train a reward model, which guides the AI in selecting the best response. The model is fine tuned to prefer high quality responses over low quality ones. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Monish and my role number is 22Z240. I'll be explaining about the API interactions and ID integrations of Cursor AI and how Cursor AI works in real time. Let us move on to the API interactions. So, application programming interface are essential for enabling Cursor AI to communicate with various external services, databases, and programming tools. But how does it actually work? So, first step is query processing. When you type a prompt or request in Cursor AI, it sends the input to backend APIs that process the query. Second step is code generation and completion. APIs fetches relevant code snippets, libraries, or AI-driven suggestions for cloud-based model like Claude 3.5, 3.7 Thinking, OpenAI, Codex, etc. And third is error handling and debugging. If there is an error, Cursor AI interacts with debugging APIs to analyze and suggest fixes in real time. Cloud integrations, and it also integrates with the cloud platforms like GitHub, GitLab, and AWS to access repositories and manage deployment. Now let us see a simple example. So imagine you're working on a Python function and you ask Cursor AI for optimization of a particular code. It calls an API, fetches an improved version, and seamlessly integrates it into your code. Classified Python file. I just prompt Cursor AI to improve this code. Improvise code. You can see there are many changes it's made actually. That improvises my Python code. If press accept means this particular response will be added to my environment Python file. Yeah. Now let's move on to the ID integrations. So Cursor AI enhances developer productivity by deeply integrating with modern IDs to offer automation, real-time suggestions, and error corrections. The key features of Cursor AI in IDs: real-time code suggestions. So based on the context, Cursor AI auto-completes your code, like reducing keystrokes and improving efficiency. Chat-based assistance. You can ask Cursor AI coding-related questions and it will generate responses directly inside your IDs. Bug detection and fixing. It highlights errors, suggests corrections, and even refactors your code automatically. And Cursor AI also provides multi-language support. All the languages like Python, C, C++, all are available in this particular platform. Version control and collaboration. It seamlessly integrates with GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket for smooth version control and collaborative coding. And the support IDs I mentioned here: VS Code, JetBrains, Jupyter Notebook, cloud-based IDs, etc. Now let us move on to the how the Cursor AI is working. Real-time process. Like first step is user input. A developer type a question, writes code, and asks for debugging help. And second, AI analysis. Cursor AI processes the input using an advanced natural language processing models. And then context understanding. It retrieves project details, dependencies, and syntax to provide a most relevant suggestion. Like I mentioned, the add context. So you can see the add context space. Here I'm adding the Python file itself. So if I prompt something, already prompt like improvise this Python code. If you want to ask something about this Python file, ask something about this code means you can also add this particular file. If you want working in a very big project, you can add the whole folder into this add context tab. After that, you can, if you prompt means the all the files inside that folder will get edited or will get edited by the AI. Code suggestion. Code suggestions, AI generates optimized code snippets or error corrections on the execution and feedback. Developer reviews and tests their suggestions, and Cursor AI continuously refines its recommendations based on the user feedback. The Cursor AI is very useful for the developers to create or write the code very efficiently and in quickest way. Thank you.
I'm Madisha and my roll number is 22Z235. I'll be comparing two powerful AI coding assistants, GitHub Copilot and Cursor AI, to see how they differ in features, accuracy, and usability. AI model and accuracy. Now let's talk about the AI models behind these tools. GitHub Copilot is powered by OpenAI Codex, which is trained on a massive dataset of public repositories like GitHub. It provides context-aware code completions and helps developers write code faster. On the other hand, Cursor AI uses advanced AI models likely based on fine-tuned GPT models, which offer not only code completion but also additional features like inline debugging and explanations and feature comparison. And both tools provide AI-powered code completions, but Cursor AI stands out because it also offers debugging assistance and code explanations, which Copilot does not. Both tools integrate with IDEs like VS Code, but Cursor AI allows more real-time collaboration and customization, making it more flexible for developers who want tailored suggestions. One of the biggest differences is pricing. GitHub Copilot requires a paid subscription, while Cursor AI follows a freemium model, making it more accessible to developers who want to try it before committing. And strengths of Cursor AI or Copilot. Cursor AI does more than just code completions. It helps with debugging, explanation, and optimizing efficiency. It also better integrated into IDEs for real-time feedback. And because Cursor AI has a freemium model, it provides more accessibility to developers, whereas Copilot requires a paid plan. Where GitHub Copilot excels over Cursor AI. Now, on the other hand, GitHub Copilot has been around longer and is more widely used. It is optimized for GitHub users. So if you work heavily with repositories, it integrates seamlessly. Copilot also tends to provide more consistent AI-generated suggestions since it is trained specifically for code generation tasks. And now, which is better? It depends on what we need. Like if our main goal is just fast code completions, and then the GitHub Copilot might be the best choice. And if we want AI assistant that can help us debug, explain code, and improve efficiency, Cursor AI is a strong alternative.
I'm Manoj Kumar K and my roll number is 22Z236. I'm going to be discussing on the topic Tabname, Codium, Amazon Code Whisper versus Cursor AI. The rise of these AI-powered coding assistants has transformed software development and enabling developers to write much efficient code in a much faster way with fewer errors. In this comparison, we will evaluate Tabname, Codium, Amazon Code Whisper, and Cursor AI across key metrics such as features, performance, and user experience. The goal is to determine how Cursor AI stands up against its competitors and whether it truly leads the market. Talking about Tabname, the key features are real-time code completion using deep learning models which are trained on open source repositories. It provides context-aware suggestions and it also has SOC2 compliance which ensures secure coding environments. The key strengths are it provides seamless integration with major IDEs and it is excellent for reducing repetitive tasks. The weakness of Tabname is it has limited advanced debugging capabilities and natural language capabilities when compared with Cursor AI. Talking about Codium, its key features are it supports 70 plus programming languages, it offers real-time code completions and have an interactive chat feature. It is known for its lightning fast response speeds and high quality suggestions. The strengths of Codium are it provides free access to these powerful tools initially. It provides interactive guidance for developers, which helps them to understand the code better. The weakness of Codium is while it provides a lot of versatility, it may lack deep contextual understanding when compared to Cursor AI. Talking about Amazon Code Whisper, the key features are it provides intelligent code suggestions. It includes CLI completions, which are much helpful in DevOps workflows because it provides natural language to batch translation. Um, it integrates into the code review process, which helps more while collaborating with much other team members during the development cycles. Talking about the strengths, it is tailored for AWS users with seamless cloud integrations. It improves real-time efficiencies in coding workflows when working with AWS ecosystems. The weakness of AWS Code Whisper is it is better suited for only AWS environments and lacks versatility when used in other ecosystems. Talking about Cursor AI, The key features are it offers natural language editing. That is, the developer can say the changes in plain English and the tool understands it and implements directly in the code base. It has advanced debugging capabilities. It leverages new and advanced models such as GPT-4 and Claude models for contextual understanding. The key strengths are it excels in providing context-aware suggestions. It has an interactive editing and refactoring support. The weakness of Cursor AI is it is heavily reliant on hosted versions. Offline functionality is currently limited when compared to tools like Tabline. This is the comparison table. The key things to note over here is the context-aware suggestions in which the Cursor AI stands out. Even though the Cursor AI has less language support, the one of the major reason for for its huge um, standout in this particular industry is because of the ID integration, which is VS Code Fork, which most developers are using, and its superiority in the context-aware suggestions. Here's the final verdict. Tabline is great for lightweight integrations across multiple IDEs, but it lacks the advanced debugging features. Codium offers a lot of programming languages support, but doesn't provide deep contextual insights like Cursor AI. Amazon Code Whisper shines in AWS environments but struggles outside its ecosystem. The Cursor AI provides a balanced solution with advanced features like proactive debugging and natural language editing that competitors lack. So, while all the tools have their strength, the Cursor AI stands out as a leader due to its innovation, contextual understanding, and ability to streamline workflows effectively.
I am Mitra and my roll number is 22Z238. I'll be presenting the performance and user experience of Cursor AI. When we talk about AI coding assistant, the first thing that comes to our mind is speed and accuracy. After all, what's the point of an AI tool if it slows us down, right? So the first is code completion, speed and accuracy. Cursor AI is lightning fast when it comes to suggesting code. The moment you start typing, it predicts what you need. It's context aware, meaning it doesn't just suggest random code. It understands what you are working on and tries to be as accurate as possible. However, when it comes to complex programming scenarios, its accuracy can sometimes drop. Moving on to the next, debugging and error detection. Cursor AI does not just complete code. It also helps find and fix errors in real time. It highlights syntax issues, logical errors, and even potential bugs as you type. But the performance of its debugging depends on the language and complexity of the code. Some errors might still need manual intervention. And the next is resource consumption and latency. Since Cursor AI relies on cloud-based processing, it's optimized for efficiency. It won't slow down your IDE even for large projects. But there's a catch. You need a stable internet connection. If your connection is slow, you might experience a slight delay. And finally, multiple language support and adaptability. Cursor AI supports multiple languages from Python to Java and JavaScript. It adapts to different coding styles, making it useful for both beginners and experienced developers. But it may struggle with less popular languages or highly specialized frameworks. Now, let's move on to how easy Cursor AI is to use and whether developers actually enjoy using it. It's easy to use and integration. Cursor AI is super easy to set up. It integrates seamlessly with popular IDEs like VS Code and JetBrains. The UI is clean and intuitive, so you don't have to waste time figuring out how to use it. And next is AI explanation and code understanding. One of the biggest perks of Cursor AI is that not only suggests code but also explains it. It provides context-aware insights, whether is great for learning and understanding complex code snippets. However, compared to GitHub Copilot, its explanations can sometimes be a bit shallow. It doesn't always explain why it made a particular suggestion. And next is user feedback, what developers think. Now let's talk about real world user feedback. Developers love how fast it is. Many say the Cursor AI significantly reduces coding time and helps them debug code efficiently. Some users feel that the AI is not perfect. Sometimes the suggestions are redundant and or incorrect, especially for complex algorithms. Offline support is a big request. Since it relies on the cloud, developers working in restricted or offline environments find it inconvenient. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Manoranjan 22Z237. I will be discussing on the topic Is Cursor AI the best? Before we deliver our final verdict, let's summarize the key findings. We analyze Cursor AI across features, architecture, comparisons, and overall performance. Cursor AI provides strong real-time code suggestions and bug detection, but faces stiff competition from GitHub Copilot and GitHub integration. While its architecture is sophisticated, Copilot's GPT-4 backbone gives it an advantage. Against other competitors, Cursor AI excels in contextual understanding but has areas to improve in usability and performance. With this in mind, let's move on to our verdict. So, is Cursor AI the best coding assistant? The answer depends on the use case. It delivers robust AI-driven code assistance, outperforming Tabnine and Codium in speed and accuracy. However, it struggles to match GitHub Copilot's deep integration and vast training dataset. Developers looking for a powerful standalone AI coding tool will find Cursor AI as an excellent choice. But those deeply embedded in the GitHub ecosystem may still prefer Copilot. Thus, while Cursor AI is a strong competitor, it is not the absolute market leader. To conclude, our recommendation is based on the developer needs. If you are working extremely with GitHub, Copilot is the best choice. However, if you are looking for a fast standalone AI coding tool, Cursor AI is an excellent alternative. Developers on a budget may prefer Codium or Tabnine, while AWS-centric teams might find Code Whisper more useful. The best choice ultimately depends on your workflow and priorities. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Muhammad Jamil and my roll number is 22Z239. Here I am going to discuss about the future enhancements, possible improvements, and the conclusion. First, we are going to discuss about the future enhancements. AI-driven code review. It implements an advanced review system that provides in-depth code analysis, best practices, and optimization suggestions. And the next is enhanced natural language processing. It improves the AI's understanding of complex queries and conversational programming requests. And the next is offline functionality. It's developed an offline mode for Cursor AI to work without an internet connection, enhancing accessibility. And the next is expanded API integration. It extends support for more APIs to improve compatibility with a wider range of development tools and environment. The next is customization and personalization. It allows users to train the AI based on personal coding styles and preferences for better recommendations. And we are going to discuss about the possible improvements for Cursor AI. High accuracy in code completion. It reduces inaccuracies in complex code generation through more refined training models. And the next is optimized debugging mechanisms. It improves AI's ability to detect and fix logical errors, not just syntax errors. The next is multi-modal support. It incorporates voice commands and visual debugging features to enhance user experience. And the next is security enhancements. It strengthens the security measures to prevent AI-generated code from introducing vulnerabilities. And the next is better multi-language support. It expands proficiency in less commonly used programming languages and frameworks. And finally, we come to the conclusion. Here, what the conclusion says is Cursor AI has revolutionized coding by providing intelligent auto completions, debugging assistant, and code explanations. Compared to the competitors, it excels in contextual understanding and proactive debugging, but requires improvements in offline functionality and niche language support. The future of Cursor AI is promising with the potential advancements in AI-driven code review, NLP improvements, and deeper IDA integrations. By implementing these enhancements, Cursor AI can become the leading AI-powered development assistant, empowering developers worldwide. Thank you.